They are the first Big Ten team ever to win successive Rose Bowl games.
Live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, this is the Barry Alvarez Show on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What are your emotions right now? Just like the old days.
Alongside Rose Bowl champions Derek Engler and Tarek Saleh, here's Jesse Nelson.
Well, I know you guys have had some big games on a big stage before. This one feels a little different for me. Live from Hard Rock Casino Rockford, we are front and center in the Hard Rock Cafe for the Barry Alvarez Show.
Standing room only.
Check this out. The crowd, they can't file them in.
They're fighting from the back. They're
Shoulder to
all
shoulder
right.
there.
They're leaving the slot
Ready to
machines
go.
to come and listen to the show. I can't believe it.
This is going to be a fun one. A full 2 hours to go for us here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford with you tonight. My name is Jesse Nelson. Rose Bowl champions Tarek Saleh and Derek Engler with us here on ESPN Wisconsin. And, of course, the legendary former Wisconsin Badgers head coach and director of athletics, Barry Alvarez. Our pleasure to be with you from Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Check out the slots, check out the table games. The sports book is just off over here to our left. It's just a short drive, about an hour from the Madison area. We made it down here nice and quick. Well, at least I did. I drove with Pablo Iglesias, one of our teammates here at ESPN Madison. You three rode together. Is that how this all worked out here today? Is that what happened?
Just the three of us.
Just the three of us.
So we have a lot to talk about on Luke Fickell and Chris McIntosh and the Rose Bowl reunion from over the weekend. But who drove?
I did.
Hey, we don't need full disclosure here, do we?
I'm kind of interested. Like, what?
They made me drive.
Like, I need to know the three of you in
Can
a
you
car.
believe that? They come and pick me up and said, "You got to drive,
Coach.
I have a colonoscopy next week. If you
What in the
anything
world?
else you want to know?
How did we go to there?
Anything else?
All right, Tarek.
I mean, I guess when you lose like
you're
80
on
to 0
probation.
after 2 weeks, you're talking about
They've been
colonoscopy.
waiting
Yeah.
25
He's on
years.
probation. He can't talk for 10 minutes.
They've been waiting 25 years to put the show on this big a stage in front of this many people, and the first thing out of your mouth is, "I got a
Colonoscopy.
colonoscopy."
You're asking me who's going to drive. What else do you want, dude? This is an interrogation. Come on.
I just wanted to know what the dynamic was like for you three making your way down here to Rockford.
Tarek provided us his brand new Toyota Highlander.
Oh, wow.
So, safe ride. And,
They're not a sponsor.
Well, they are now.
There you go. Free car.
There's always a
Tell me where to
chance.
send the payments.
Well, I'm not touching that one. Well, I'm glad everybody made it here nice and safely. It's just a short drive down I-39 here to get to Rockford. And what a fantastic this casino is just a little bit over a year old. I remember being here last year when it had just opened up. We've been here for Wilde and Tausch. We were here before the Wisconsin football season got started for a little ESPN Wisconsin College Game Day preseason special. And now we are so thankful that Hard Rock Casino Rockford is welcoming us back again here for the Barry Alvarez Show tonight, Coach.
Let me say, I've been in a few casinos in my day. I like to shoot little dice. I have to say now, this is an impressive, very impressive facility, casino. It's very bright, clean, it's just very upbeat. I'm very impressed.
And Tim was great. I mean, gracious host right away. I mean, made sure we were taken care of and, spot on. I mean, I'm really impressed. And, of course, Coach and I do like to throw some dice once in a while, and we kind of went by that table, and we were like, oh, no, we got to do the show first. So maybe a little later. We'll see.
Could be a late evening. There's a second
We'll see.
Monday night game tonight at 9 o'clock,
All
so you
right.
can stay a little later and enjoy some football.
We got to get our driver to make sure he drives us back home.
Tarek, what time is their curfew?
I brought my cigarettes and I just sit by the slot. And I just pull the slots until the ash keeps going and going and going, never ends.
He plays the nickel slots.
That's it. They just tell me when they're ready, and I get the car.
Tausch was trying to convince me he was trying to tell me to convince you guys we all should sit down at a blackjack table when we're done here tonight and see what the dynamic is like.
I'm going to shoot some dice.
Yeah, you're on the dice.
I'm
All
more
right.
about the craps, too.
Well, that's the fun thing about the Hard Rock. You can all pick whatever you want to play here after we're done at 8 o'clock tonight. But we have 2 hours to be with you talking all things Wisconsin football. Maybe we'd have more
Hey,
fun.
we got
if
some
were
Bear
out there
fans here,
shooting
by
some
the way,
dice
too.
Instead, yeah, there are plenty of Bears. We are across enemy territory, so we are in Illinois. So a lot of Bears fans, and they're hot.
They got a
4 in
team.
row.
They got a team.
They're good.
They got a team.
They're still not in first place in the NFC North. That still belongs to the Green Bay Packers.
You say that, I see thumbs up and thumbs down.
Mixed reviews on the local squad here. A lot of Packers fans here in this neck of the woods as well, though, being in northern Illinois. So it is kind of that territory where it could be 50-50 on the fandom, as we've seen when we've been here before. All right, so let's dive into talking about the Wisconsin Badgers football team. And again, we have 2 hours with you tonight. Terrell Fletcher from the 1993 Rose Bowl team is going to be with us. You do that, Derek. So we're going to talk about the Rose Bowl reunion, all the fun that took place over the weekend. I know you guys were all part of that, and it was awesome seeing all of those teams acknowledged and recognized and just having fun together and kind of reminiscing on the old days of Wisconsin football. And so we'll talk plenty about that coming up. Let's talk about the current team first. It was another shutout at home at the hands of the Ohio State Buckeyes, the number 1 team in the country this time around. It was 17-0 after the first quarter. They only scored 17 points after that, the rest of the game, over the next 3 quarters, so I guess that's kind of a plus.
Well,
34-0 was the final score.
I think that's the case. I think if people went into the game, you look at Ohio State, you look at the talent they have, I don't know how many people thought we'd walk out there, and very few times in my time here have I ever felt like we don't have a good chance. We're going to go in the game and have an opportunity to win. I didn't feel like that Saturday. This team, Ohio State, is superior at every position. Probably the best team in the country. Everyone seems to think that because they're ranked number 1. And they showed that. And they could have showed quite a bit more if they wanted to. They didn't come at us with all, both barrels. And so, it is what it is as far as our competing against them. That was not much of a competitive game.
No, it was pretty one-sided throughout, guys.
We talked about the receiving crew for Ohio State, and the quarterback is spot on. And, 17, I asked Ohio State fans who's the better receiver, and they go to number 4. But 17 is more developed, and he's unbelievable. So you have 2 top 10 picks next year.
No doubt. Carnell Tate, by the way, number 17. 6 catches, 111 yards to his name on Saturday. 2 touchdowns. Jeremiah Smith is one of the Heisman favorites at number 4. 9 catches for 97 yards. He didn't find the end zone, but both really talented receivers.
Guys, I think we just saw the national champs play here Saturday. I don't see a weakness. You can rave about their passing game. If they want to emphasize running, they could emphasize running. I don't see a weakness on that team. And I'd like to see the team that can beat them.
Is the running back? Hold on. Running back is Bo Lamar Jackson.
Bo Jackson is what his name is officially listed.
But Lamar, the middle name?
I don't know. I will check this. I didn't see that part. But
love the name.
The name that his name is Bo Jackson in the first place, whether his middle name's Lamar or not, is amazing.
It's just you watch a team like that, and Ohio State's always obviously had good receivers. But they are more complete than I've seen in a long time, and they are the defending champs. And I agree with Coach. I can't. You look at top 5. I'm not sure anybody can really, put a test to them. They might be in a battle a little bit, but I think throughout a 4-quarter game, I don't know who's going to really be with them in the end.
Yeah, one of the things that I did see tweeted over the weekend is you see Miami lost on Friday night to Louisville. There have been a number of other top 5 teams that have gone down over the last few weeks. When you get to conference play, teams are susceptible to kind of stepping on those landmines throughout their schedule when you think they might be a team that's contending for a national title. Ohio State so far hasn't shown any glimpse of stepping on any of those landmines throughout the course of their schedule. They took care of their business week 1 against Texas, shut down that offense, which was supposed to be really good coming into the season, and even through the start of Big Ten play, they have been dominant against every opponent they've faced, including Wisconsin on Saturday.
Did Feinbaum call out Ohio State with Herbie on air? Did I hear that right? You never know with social media.
Recently, or?
Yeah, I just was curious about that because
Feinbaum's
an SEC guy.
He's no SEC.
Yeah.
It's one-sided, and he would never, ever give the Big Ten any credit whatsoever.
I did see First Take was debating whether keeping Kurt Cignetti at Indiana was the right choice to his extension that he signed the other day.
Why would it not be?
They're the number 2 team in the country right now. I think Indiana. It was the right decision, yes. So that one was kind of surprising and laughable to me to see that debated.
We were looking at it before. Coach, how many jobs are open right now?
Oh, wow.
It's double figures.
Yeah, there's more than 10 available.
Yeah.
Florida just let Billy Napier.
I read them off a list.
I
was lucky enough not to drive tonight.
Virginia Tech.
But I read
UCLA,
off a list. They're double figures.
Stanford.
And some good jobs.
Yes, there are some good ones.
Good jobs.
And Wisconsin is not one of them as of now. We will talk plenty about that as we continue on in our show. Before we move on too far and stray away from what happened in the game on Saturday, obviously it was a totally one-sided affair. Hunter Simmons started again at quarterback. Danny O'Neill came in for a few plays, but guys, I even heard on the CBS broadcast with Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson on the call, they didn't now ask for your input like they did last year when Wisconsin played on CBS.
I did talk to Ness.
I'm sure you did.
Ness called me. He was on his way into town. I wasn't in town. I got in a little later, so we didn't get a chance to get together. Normally he comes out to my house. Actually, he ran into my wife Cindy at the Atlanta airport.
Oh, wow.
On his way in. Cindy was coming back from Naples. And but I didn't get a chance to visit with him.
So I heard he and Gary Danielson saying on the broadcast, when you have your third-string quarterback and at one point your fourth-string running back on the field, no matter who you are, playing the number 1 team in the country, that's not really a formula for success.
I don't think it would have made any difference.
I think most people would agree with that, too.
You can say that. And but doesn't make any difference. They're superior. That's really a good football team. No weaknesses, and they were cordial to us.
They used to cover our game, by the way, Danielson. And
yeah,
that's all I got to
do.
say.
30 years
ago,
man. Mm-hmm. Holy cow! Well, you're old, Engler.
Yeah, but that's when we actually, would face the number 1, 2, or 3 Ohio State, and we were ready to battle their ass or beat them.
We played at Penn State. They covered that game.
So we're at a different time right now.
Longest winning streak in
There's no question.
College football at the
time. What did you guys think watching that game on Saturday afternoon?
Well, thankfully it was a reunion weekend, so you can imagine
the second quarter in the tunnel waiting.
Plenty of these. It was really, really good to when you have when you created memories and bonds like that. Especially back in an era now, I have a huge concern for a lot of our student athletes that are not going to be able to, not all of them, accomplish this because they're looking at the transfer portal any chance they can get. And how are you going to establish those lifelong relationships, which we had all weekend? Which is so much more important in life, really, and you think about that and how it prepared you to go into your respective career or whatever you did was really, it was an amazing thing. It was weird being there, seeing where we're at right now as a program, but at the same time, being able to celebrate what we accomplished was pretty cool.
Tarek?
No, it was a great weekend. Great to see everyone. It was really special. I think from a football perspective, there's too much changeover. I don't think Luke has his guys, but, we're in year 3, so it causes a lot of stress. But they got to filter through some things and figure out which guys are in and which guys aren't. We talked about this. You got to identify the guys that love football or are there for the right reasons, and he's got to work through that faster. But ultimately, he hasn't developed the infrastructure of his guys, and I think because he was forced to go in the portal and get so many guys, it's hard to connect with them in such a short period of time.
Well, I don't want to be whatever, but I feel like we've said that same thing 3 years in a row now. We've heard him say we got to figure out who wants to be here. We got to figure out who's really.
So that's
in
a
this
good
for the
point,
team.
Jesse, because on the drive here, I was like, man, I remember his first year. We had Ohio State primetime. They were top 10 team.
Yeah, they were right.
They were undefeated.
They're one or two. They're
they're right there.
top 10 team.
We did the drones thing
the
behind
little light
the
show,
student
yeah.
section and all that stuff, and
And they were competitive. They were within one score at halftime. Defense was playing well.
in the fourth quarter, we were down by a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I don't like the trend. That was 3 years ago.
I hate to talk about when we played Ohio State close.
Right.
I like to talk about when we
beat their
them.
ass.
Yeah.
I've been through a few of those, and so that's what I'm looking for. I don't want to play them close, and they're so far ahead of us right now. It's ridiculous, and so that's our responsibility to get back to that position. But what a weekend! You talk about guys that's experienced the first Rose Bowl win, not Rose Bowl. They'd never won a Rose Bowl. They'd only been to a couple, I think. But to go there, and our goal to start that season was not to go to the Rose Bowl, it's to go to the Rose Bowl and win, which they did. Heavy, double-digit underdogs go out there and win. And then to win to go to two more and not go, but go win. That's big time. And so to spend the weekend with those guys was really special this past week.
What's amazing about that too is, the goal. We had a lot of goals always. When we back in training camp at Holy Name Seminary when we started out the season, but it started out you win the Big Ten. But how Coach Alvarez and his staff, when we did win the Big Ten, albeit across, the other side of the world in Tokyo, to be able to then flip it and say, no, right now it is to win the Rose Bowl. This was just one piece. We are winning this game. And it was so and everything that went into it and every little edge that Coach could give us, it didn't matter if we're winning the Beef Bowl at Lowry's Prime Rib. It didn't matter. We're winning every little thing along that week. And being able to celebrate and enjoy the experience, too, to be able and then go fight your ass off in practice, because it was not easy practices, at all. And we're talking, we're getting ready for a January 1 game. This is, we played a long season, and guys are getting after it. We're doing goal line scrimmage, you name it, because we're getting ready to win the football
But you had
game.
a little time off.
Oh, yeah. We did. We had a little time off.
3 days.
You got to pay to play. You got to pay.
Let me tell you this right now. We had a bunch of dudes, a bunch of dogs, right? We might be rescue dogs, but we were dogs.
We're not show dogs.
We're not show dogs.
Definitely not.
You look at us. There's always a little something wrong. Eyebrows are a little messed up. Eyes might go cross-eyed.
Nose crooked.
Coach is like, that guy Saleh, his back's all screwed up. He got his ass up to the. Let's see if does he like football? Does he love being there? So we're all a little different, but we all came together, and we were dogs, man.
One mission,
and we got after it, and very proud of that group. And and you go to that next generation, the '99, 2000, they're the same, man. They're just rinse and repeat, and guys who love to compete.
But they saw it. They saw it. They were all freshmen, and they saw that. And, of course, that helped recruiting as well. But that when you do three, in 7-8 years and win all three, that's going to set you up for, what we did, obviously, another decade later with the 08, 9, 10?
10, 11, 12.
10, 11, 12. Thank you.
But I think what was important, and I think it's a good lesson, as you start a season, you always have goals. You set your goals. But to get to the Rose Bowl is a tremendous goal. But once you get there, that's not enough. And you had to make sure that the players didn't think they achieved their goal. There was more. Now, there's a lot to it in coaching, and I really learned a lot by losing some Rose Bowls when I was at Iowa. Hayden Fry was a great coach. I learned so much from Hayden Fry, but he didn't know how to handle, and he thought he did, but he didn't know how to handle a Rose Bowl. And I remember one year we went out there 17 days before the game. And wow, we'd wake our guys up at 7 a.m. We'd feed them like you're feeding hogs before they go to butcher. Our guys were bloated before. We'd go out, we'd practice, and we'd eat a lunch, same thing. And it's our players, I think they gained 20 pounds each while they were there. And we worked, it was the worst preparation. And in their second time there, we were playing UCLA with a backup quarterback. Our starting quarterback got hurt. We're playing a backup quarterback. I think we were 2-touchdown favorite. I'm not sure, but I think so. And again, we had the worst preparation in the world. I logged all that. So when we went to the Rose Bowl, I knew exactly how long to let them go free, no curfew, when to practice hard, and then when to back off. They had to have fun. You let them have fun until they're burned out. And that was about Wednesday of game week. The game's on Saturday. They're burned out Wednesday. Now you back off Thursday, Friday. You play Saturday. It's just like a regular week during the season. And
that's well said.
There was a lot. I put a lot of thought into that because you got to let your players have fun. You got to let them run. But there comes a time when you got to reel it all in, and they're burned out by that midweek of game day. They're burned out.
And it doesn't come down to one speech. It's the whole week. It's the whole year. It's the way you go about your business, as Coach said. So it's definitely finding the edge, understanding the routine, the schedule, the logistics, then compete your ass off in practice, then go party hard.
We were so
and then
dialed
practice
in.
Again.
We knew, okay, this day is this day, and slowly as we go through the progression, we knew, okay, there's more accountability today than there was yesterday. There's more accountability today than there was the day before.
I'll give you an example. We had a rule. Everybody knew the rules. No curfew early on. From that point on, if you break curfew, I'm putting your fanny on a bus and sending you home.
You're gone.
One guy.
Don't mess it
they
up.
They come to see me the next morning.
Yeah.
So-and-so showed up at, I forget what time in the morning. Call the bus. His family showed up that day.
Oh, no.
Where is he? He's on a bus on his way home. And
oh, no.
I explained to his father what happened. His father understood. And I don't know if they stayed for the game or not. But the young man was on a long bus ride from Pasadena to a little town.
Life lessons.
So these are the stories and more that I want to make sure we touch on as well when Terrell Fletcher joins us coming up in the 7 o'clock hour of our show here this evening, hour number 2-hour edition of the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Madison. So there is this letter that Chris McIntosh shared with fans and season ticket holders today that has certainly made the rounds on social media. We're going to talk about that coming up next and the state of affairs for the Wisconsin.
Are you going to read the letter for us?
If you would like me to, it's a long letter.
Oh.
It's a very long letter. I'd be happy to. But
just highlight it.
Cliff notes.
I'll spark notes
Guys,
for you.
You know what? It's no use talking about it if the listeners don't know what it says.
Well,
so a little cliff note.
Well, we're going to take a commercial break. If you're listening or watching us on YouTube, you have a chance now to read the letter on your own. That's your homework for the next segment, and then we're going to talk about it coming up next. There you go. All the people at the Hard Rock, they're doing that right now here. We're getting set. We'll talk about the McIntosh letter and the state of affairs for Wisconsin athletics coming up next, live from the Hard Rock Casino Rockford. It's the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Wisconsin.
Don't touch that cocktail.
I'd love to coach a game like that.
Oh, man.
They may not see a pass in the second half. I'd run that clock. That game would be over. We'd be home having cocktails at 3:30.
Coach will be back after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Greg Scalzi here for Total Athlete Performance. They're here to provide elite performance training for serious athletes in the Madison area. And there's a new Verona TAP facility open inside of the Verona Athletic Center. Summer speed, agility, and semi-private options are now available at both Verona and Windsor locations and now offering monthly subscription payment options. Plus, you can download the new Total Athlete Performance app for remote training options all year round. Visit tapwisconsin.com. That's tapwisconsin.com.
One reason so many local organizations choose document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems? The people. Amanda Burrigan, office manager at Covenant Lutheran Church.
One of the main things that has always been absolutely outstanding to me is the customer service rep that comes out and helps with the technical stuff. He is absolutely wonderful.
James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed business technology company. And that translates into better support, better service.
Fast, efficient, they're dedicated, and they're willing to be there when you need them. So it's wonderful service.
Amanda, James Imaging Systems, more like a vendor or more like a partner?
Like a partner.
And your overall business experience with James?
That feels more like a partnership as well.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 608-221-3457. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Start your career where the road to success is paved in coffee. At Dunkin' Donuts, we're now hiring crew members and hourly shift leaders at our locally owned locations. Dunkin' offers flexible schedules, employee discounts, health and dental benefits, and paid time off. Plus, bolster your resume with our own leadership training program and even scholarship opportunities. Up to $1,500 per semester. Text Team Spirit to 85000 or visit teamtmart.com/careers to apply. Dunkin', America runs on you.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Waiting to see a general surgeon? Stoughton Health has you covered, with most appointments available within 2 weeks. Get the expert care you need without the long wait. Visit stoughtonhealth.com to learn more.
The Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Neutral Vodka Seltzer, an official partner of UW Athletics, made with real vodka and real juice. Keep it tasty on game day with a Neutral Vodka Seltzer.
Return to sender. Return to sender. I gave a letter to the postman. He put it in his sack. Bright and early next morning, he brought my letter back.
It's the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Wisconsin, live from Hard Rock Casino Rockford. A special 2-hour edition with you here on this Monday night on ESPN Wisconsin. Jesse Nelson, Rose Bowl champions Derek Engler, Tarek Saleh, and of course the legendary Wisconsin Badgers head coach and director of athletics, Barry Alvarez.
What the hell are you doing?
We're on stage. This place is unbelievable.
Act like you've been here before, Tarek.
I haven't.
You've been doing a radio show for 25 years.
This is, you know what? This isn't impressive.
It's great.
Isn't this the best? Yeah, this is absolutely incredible.
I'm waiting for a Cheap Trick to come up on stage.
No, we got
it only took 2 decades.
A drum set right behind us.
I could play that. I get the drums.
That's not.
I won't miss. I won't miss the drum.
Coach, if we were assembling a band here, how would you put it together? Who's on the drums? Who's singing?
I'd have Tarek yodeling.
Derek, what are you going to do? That would be accordion.
That would clear out the restaurant.
Harmonica.
I can tell you that much.
So
we'd be a polka band.
We can go back and do whatever we want to do. Try to run everybody out of here.
I was just going to ask Tarek if he was in the stands in that section of the guys with all had their shirts off, flinging them around at Camp Randall on Saturday.
He would have.
Exactly.
He would have, but not this year.
All right, so let's dive into the news of the day, which is the letter that was shared for season ticket holders, fans, supporters of the program from the Wisconsin Athletic Director, Chris McIntosh. I will not read the entire thing. It was a pretty lengthy letter.
Break it down.
So basically, the program is not winning at the level that he wants it to be winning at. Everybody acknowledges and understands that. He thanks everyone for their continued support throughout this difficult season as Wisconsin battles one of the toughest schedules in the country and obviously the adversity they face with injuries and whatnot. And then goes on to say that one of the best things that anyone can do to help get the program back to the level that it needs to be at is to contribute financial resources to the program. More athletics. This I am going to read. That means more athletics-funded investments into infrastructure, staffing, and most importantly, student-athlete recruiting and retention. In this new era of collegiate athletics, the clear reality is that high expectations must be matched with an equal level of support. The results of this elevated support may not be immediate, but we are confident that the impact will be positive and long-term. And then goes on to say a little bit more. He has support for Luke Fickell from the Chancellor, who cares deeply about the success of the football and athletic program, and looking forward to what's still to come. So in a nutshell, that is what Chris McIntosh said in this letter that was penned to fans, supporters of Wisconsin athletics.
That's a piece of the puzzle. I mean, when you're working on a program and you're working on this new NIL era, you're going to have resources. Resources are important, and it's a part of it. But
So the sentence that sticks out to me, that means more athletic-funded investments, right, into infrastructure, which that's already being done with the $285 million, facility, okay? But most importantly, he says, is student-athlete recruiting and retention, okay? So I look at that statement, and I understand the recruiting part in the NIL world we live in and so on and so forth, but you have to have good evaluators too, okay? You have to find still student athletes that want to play the game of football, that are football players, okay? That yeah, of course, they should take part in any type of NIL deal they can get. Absolutely, 100%. But at the same time, you got to do a deep dive on who some of these kids are. You got to know their families. You got to know where they came from. You got to know exactly what they're about, their character, and everything else, and how loyal they are going to be. And if that means something to them, just like it would be a pro that signs a contract, you're going to go play your ass off because that franchise just rewarded you for your performance, right? So they have to structure that in whatever way they do. I think it's really important. I think this is not a surprise. This has been around for a while. So, for Chris to come out and make a statement like this, I think is important. But at the same time, I think we all know this. And would love to see a blueprint or mission statement or anything that Badger Nation, donors, alumni, everybody can get around and support that.
Coach, what did you think when you saw this here today?
I thought it was right on. But, Derek, you said something that I leaned into. You have a lot of people that are Wisconsin fans. You have a lot of people that want to be successful. There are a lot of creative ways. I'm just driving down here today. Let's just tack 50 cents on every ticket. 50 cents. No one cares about 50 cents. Now figure that out. That's 80,000.
$40,000 a game.
$40,000 a game if it's a full stadium.
Yeah. Okay, let's do something where it doesn't really affect anybody's pocketbook. Where you could raise a lot of money. 50 cents a ticket. You can do different things as far as some other activities that we do. And there's a percentage goes to NIL. This is just off the top of my head as I read this coming down here in the car. But I think, we have a lot of smart people at the university and the athletic department. I think you put your heads together and come up with ways where you're not asking some of our donors, you need to kick in more, where everybody can kick in a little bit, and you can make up the difference that you need, because that's the way the game has changed.
Sorry, Coach.
Players are getting paid. Everybody knows the business, and we need more money. So that's what it's about.
I think Chris is asking or getting to part of the deal. I think Luke coming out and telling that story of how that support is going to help him in the future, around the state. I think people will get behind that. Just want to hear more of that. Now, he can't do it now because he's in the middle of the season, but I think as soon as this season's over, make a recommitment to telling that story and gathering those resources and echo what Chris is saying right there. And I think that's a part of what's going on. And if you could evaluate the talent and build that infrastructure so Luke has his kind of guys that are leading it, the guys that are going to, play the echo of the whistle every time. There's guys that are doing it, but I don't think they don't have everybody on it. There's a lot of guys. Christian Allegro, Derek could talk about playing with like a broken arm out there. I mean, there are guys that are giving their souls. So I think Luke has those guys, but doesn't have enough of them. And I think that's the problem right now. And so if he could just say, hey, listen, I want more Christian Allegros out there, and we're going to bring him in with your help.
Well,
I think
you're right, Tarek, of course. I mean, you want all guys like that. You want warriors like that. They build the core foundation of your team. And I think it's also really important to Coach's point, rather than going to the well with your biggest donors, we all know who they are. There's creative ways that you have to be innovative. And the department, Chris knows this, of course. That's what they talk about daily, every day, I'm sure. But at the same time, that involves your head football coach, his staff, and going across the state and closing down the borders, like Coach used to say, with our high school programs, and developing relationships with those high school football coaches. We might not know donors in Eau Claire or Hudson or they're everywhere in the state that believe in the Badger program, that want to be proud about it, like we talked about on the ride here.
I think you're exactly right. And, when I first got here, we were trying to get people interested in the program. And we went around the state. We had different people, whether it be Fond du Lac, La Crosse, Milwaukee, I don't know how many different spots we had, Green Bay, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We're trying to create interest, and then once we had interest, then whatever you're looking for, you had an avenue to get to a lot of people about what you wanted, and tell your story, and press some flesh with a lot of fans, so they know you personally. They know the head coach. They know the assistant coaches. Our guy, you just can't sit back and say, we need this, we need that, we need that. Get out in the state and let the people meet you and sell the program. Know who you are. And this state will embrace you. They did.
Luke Fickell is a good man.
You did it in 1990, Coach.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Luke Fickell, they claim they want to know him, and you meet Luke, and you automatically think, hey, this is a football guy. He's a wrestler. He's a football player. No question. He's in the trenches. He's dedicated. He loves committed. The kids. He loves football. He loves, and so all he's got to do is, get out there, and the support will.
I think
come.
You have to now more than ever.
Yeah.
There is no recourse.
So I think we've gone away from that within the department. We used to do it all the time, and I think we got away from it a little bit. And I think another road trip around the state, that's what we used to call it. We'd load everybody up in a van. I'd take all the coaches, Bo, myself. We take about 4 head coaches and some administrators, and we'd go out and we'd press palms. We'd go out and meet with people. We'd talk about our program, and we would tell them what our problems are. But they knew us, and they knew the people, and they knew them firsthand, and they can tell their friends, and that goodwill goes a long way.
And so just listening to you guys having this conversation, you all are talking about how significant that is. Is it fair of me then to assess this conversation with you three all in agreement that it feels like that's something that's not really being done right now, and that's something that can be done better for the program to get out there for the faces of it, whether it's the athletic director or the head football coach or whomever?
I think Chris just alluded to it. You heard it from him.
Yeah.
That needs to happen, and we need more support. So
there's only one way to
do
that.
We're echoing what Chris is saying.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That we got to go out and we got to go connect and get more support.
Makes total sense.
Yep. And I give Mac a lot of credit. I mean, to put the letter out, basically he's making a statement saying this is truly everything I am in on, and I need your support. And he's got to come up with the blueprint on how to go about that within the department. And I have the utmost confidence in him. Right now it's hard to say that when you don't score points and you're in the cellar of the Big Ten of 18 teams. And, there is – I don't even know how to go about this, but really to just say that if you're not going to – if the reckoning's not now, when is it? Because it is now. It is absolutely now. The only way you – especially in this state, because the Badger Nation, Badger Pride, Wisconsin, these people are the best people in the union, and they will support you. If you develop relationships with them and they know what you're about and how you're going about it and how you're going to have success, they'll be behind you 100%.
We'll continue the conversation coming up on the other side of the break and see how this could impact the status, or maybe there aren't any more questions about the status.
I probably
of the
shouldn't
head
have
football
said that
coach.
so much about the cheese state since we're in Illinois.
We are across. Yeah, we are not in Wisconsin, so that's fair. Now a lot of people make the trip
There's
across
Bears
the border.
fans here, yeah,
This is kind of the territory.
We're actually
almost part of both.
We're making Rockford part of everything else. The theme of
you want to annex Rockford?
No,
Tarek. Just like other, the Gulf of America, everything else.
Oh my gosh!
We're gonna bring it over. Yeah.
If you're looking for the tastiest hard seltzer out there, this is a great time for me to tell you this. It's got to be Neutral Vodka Seltzer, made with real vodka and real juice. None of that fake flavor stuff, and it's smooth, refreshing, and just plain good. You got to get flavors like pineapple, watermelon, orange, and lime, so whatever their vibe, there's a Neutral for you. Perfect for tailgates, hanging out with friends, watching the game. Keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Neutral, keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch Neutral flavored vodka and carbonation, 4.5% alcohol by volume, from St. Louis, Missouri.
Raise your hand. Who wants to be part of Wisconsin? Who wants to move? It's Rockford in Wisconsin. There we got you.
You had two hands. You had two hands. There are 50 people here.
Who built the house?
No taxes for you for the first year.
No, you can't. This is not your political podium. This is
no taxes.
Coach. It's the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Wisconsin.
The Barry Alvarez Show continues after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The GRB Academy is baseball for the serious player. GRB Academy wants to be part of your plan to reach your potential. Utilize GRB Academy's 52,000 square foot facility, 14 batting cages, and 6,000 square foot weight room. Personal lessons at the GRB Baseball Academy are available year-round. With over 300 college players and over 150 Division I players, GRB has consistently led the way in the Midwest for college recruitment and player development. Visit their website, grbacademy.com, for more information. That's grbacademy.com. GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
Calling all hard seltzer lovers, it's time to keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Made with real vodka and real juice, Neutral delivers clean, refreshing flavor with every sip. From pineapple to watermelon, orange and lime, there's something for everyone. Perfect for any occasion. And when it's game day, make it a tasty game day with Neutral. The ultimate drink to cheer, chill, and keep it tasty all day long. Neutral, keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch Neutral, flavored vodka and carbonation, 4.5% alcohol by volume, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Don't be haunted by high prices this Halloween. Metro Ford of Madison has frightfully good deals waiting just for you. Right now, drive home the all-new 2025 Ford F-150 or F-150 STX, or escape the ordinary in a 2025 Ford Escape, both with just 2.9% APR for up to 66 months, only $16.41 per month for $1,000 finance. But hurry, these scary good offers vanish November 3rd. Visit MetroFordOfMadison.com today, where the deals are a treat, never a trick.
Have you been waiting to buy your next home? Stop. Now is the time to get housed. What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Nobody has a crystal ball to know what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better the chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to help start your search. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Played like a pro but felt like an amateur? Twisted your ankle or jammed a finger under the Friday night lights? At Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, their Saturday Sports Injury Clinic has you covered. Skip the emergency room circus, dodge the waiting room sitcom, and get expert care from the pros who actually know sports injuries. Saturdays 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Walk into their location off the Beltline and get back in the game. Orthopedic and Spine Centers of Wisconsin, your comeback starts here.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson, and along with Rose Bowl champions Tarek, Saleh, Derek Engler, and the legend Barry Alvarez, we're bringing the Barry Alvarez Show to Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us Monday night as we break down Wisconsin football, share stories from those Rose Bowl championship teams, and more from 6 to 8 p.m. And check out the incredible new Hard Rock Casino Rockford, featuring over 175,000 square feet of gaming and entertainment. The Barry Alvarez Show, Monday night, 6 to 8 at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, your premier entertainment destination just off I-90.
Calling all hard seltzer lovers. It's time to keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Made with real vodka and real juice. Neutral delivers clean, refreshing flavor with every sip. From pineapple to watermelon, orange and lime, there's something for everyone. Perfect for any occasion. And when it's game day, make it a tasty game day with Neutral. The ultimate drink to cheer, chill, and keep it tasty all day long. Neutral, keep it tasty. Enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch, Neutral, flavored vodka and carbonation. 4.5% alcohol by volume, St. Louis, Missouri.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
I got the magic in me. Every time I touch that track, it turns into gold. Everybody knows I got the magic in me. When I hit the floor, the girls come snapping at me. Now everybody wants a blast of magic, magic, magic.
The Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Wisconsin, live from Hard Rock Casino Rockford. A special 2-hour edition with you here on this beautiful Monday evening. I'm Jesse Nelson with Rose Bowl champions Derek Engler, Tarek, Saleh, and the legendary former Wisconsin Badgers head coach and director of athletics, Barry Alvarez. Usually on Monday nights, we're at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Not this week, but when you are in the greater Madison area, you want to have a night out that really sizzles, head over to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. Whether it's a special occasion, a date night, or just because you deserve it, Ruth's Chris is serving up USDA prime steaks cooked to perfection. Pair it with world-class wines, handcrafted cocktails, and the warm, welcoming service that makes every visit unforgettable.
Well, we love the Horseshoe Bar.
Everyone loves the Horseshoe Bar. The
but
sizzle,
how can you beat
and
this?
swirl happy hour. This is amazing here as well.
Amen.
At Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Thanks to them for hosting our show here tonight. Normally you catch us in Middleton at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse.
It's official. I talked to Governor Pritzker,
and
I traded Middleton for Rockford.
How is that going to work?
The trade is in.
Apparently,
we get the
now
casino,
a Rockford resident.
We get the casino and the dispensaries.
Oh, my God.
Where'd we find him, Derek?
I don't know.
You're the one who found him. Oh, my goodness.
Under a rock.
Sorry, Middleton. Yeah. You guys are out of here. We got Rockford.
You couldn't have traded something a little closer to the border. It had to be right in the middle of the state.
It's like Micah Parsons, dude. We got Rockford, dude.
This is unbelievable. Continuing the conversation about Wisconsin athletics, Chris McIntosh's letter earlier today going out to fans, supporters of the Wisconsin athletic program. And, of course, it did share his support for Wisconsin football head coach Luke Fickell. We all know the hot seat that it seems that he's been on, at least in the eyes of fans over the course of this season, even coming into this season. And the results this year, now, granted, whether you want to say it's because of injuries to some key positions, the difficulty of the schedule, or just the overall product on the field not being up to what we expect it to be at Wisconsin, it's been a struggle throughout the course of this year.
I don't know how long, and I probably the wrong person to be commenting on this, but, you look, we talked about this. How many, 10 guys, major programs, have been fired?
Yes. Yeah, more than 10.
Okay.
Including, like you mentioned a few of them, Stanford, Florida, Virginia Tech.
How long does the department and AD go, if it just, we haven't scored any points. Literally, I don't know how many touchdowns in the last 3 games, maybe 2.
One touchdown in 3 games, and it was that opening drive against Michigan. Since the opening drive against Michigan, which is a span of 11 quarters,
but
3
how
points.
Long, if you don't see fight, competitiveness within the program of the existing program, because we're only halfway through the season, right? A little bit over?
Just over halfway, yeah.
Well, if it continues to trend, unfortunately, the way it does, I don't know how long you can go.
Tarek?
I'm just thinking about the fajitas that came in the
Hey,
front
don't
there.
they smell good?
It
smells so
great.
good here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. We are in the Hard Rock Cafe on
Do
the
I need to
stage.
bring out Big Cat? We listen to Big Cat.
No,
we listen.
Don't bring out Big Cat.
All right, so Tarek's infatuated
I'm on
with
the
the
drinking
fajitas
water
that
now.
have just come out.
You can distract him and
I knew we couldn't take him down here. This is unreal.
No, but I mean it's a valid question. Badger Nation's asking it, and
Yeah. This is
you know,
part of the business. It's a
it
tough
is.
time.
It is.
And
listen, as an administrator, you always look which direction are we moving? Are we continually improving? You may have a bad season, but you can see some improvement. You can see the direction the program's moving in. I think that's what has to be evaluated. I'm not, I don't watch it close enough. I'm here part of the year. I'm not here. I'm watching on TV when I'm in Florida. So that's not my position, but that's what you have to do. Where is the program when you took it over? Where has it gone? Has it improved? Where is it going week to week? Because as the season goes along, a team has to improve. You either get better or you get worse. You never stay the same.
So, Coach, what do you do then? Because it's getting worse as a head football coach. It's getting worse.
Well, that's why they call him coach. You got to figure that out. Whatever it is that you have to do, figure it out. Because, I've been there before. Things are rough. You got to pick it up. Your coaches have got to pick it up. Your players have got to pick. As a head coach, you've got to direct those people and get those messages out and get the job done. That's why you're hired.
And thankfully, you did not have to deal with transfer kids or anything like that for the most part.
That's part of the business.
But,
Everybody has to deal with that. It's not like we're the only ones that have to deal with it. I don't buy any of that. Everybody has the same rules. Everybody follows the same rules. You have to do them as well as the other guy. That's part of the business now. The business has changed a little bit. That's okay. You adapt to it. Who the hell wouldn't want to come to Madison? We have a great thing to sell.
Well, most everybody follows the rules.
Well, that's okay.
North of Mason-Dixie,
yeah,
but,
But listen, now you can pay players. It used to be that we could, you couldn't. It was illegal to pay players. Now you can pay them. So, figure it out.
So
that's my answer. If I'm the coach, I'm the athletic director, because I hired you as the head coach. Your responsibility is to figure all this out. You got a big staff. Put it together. Do what we have to do. In Madison, Wisconsin, you're not going to change where we are. You got a great city, tremendous campus, tremendous education. You can't come to any campus in the country and
everybody loves going to Madison.
That's right.
Everybody does.
I brought. This is an interesting story. The guy that showed me around is another Pittsburgh guy. I grew up in Pittsburgh, right outside of Pittsburgh. A friend of mine's a Pittsburgh guy. He's a few years older than me. But when I visited Nebraska, he was my host. I was a recruit. I ended up going there. He and I played together. I was obviously a few years younger than him. This is probably several years ago. He comes up to see a game. We've stayed close. But he'd never been in Madison. He came up, and I took him down State Street, I think Friday night. His head's on a swivel. He can't believe what he's saying. He said, "Are you kidding me? Is it like this all the time?" I said, "Yes." He said, "If I'd ever visit here, I'd be here in the New York Minute." I mean, this is an easy place to recruit to. So, enough said.
Yeah, I mean, that is – you can sell this place in a – I mean, it is – University of Wisconsin-Madison it sells itself. the foundation that's been built here, obviously by Coach Alvarez, it's there. So everything's here. Everything's here. And per our current athletic director's letter stated that. And that's really important. And now it's up to the department to go get it done.
And Luke should be like focused, which I'm sure he is, every day. You got to win the day, right? Win the drill. Win 9-on-7 was the middle drill. Show up on time for school or whatever commitments you have. Just have those kids every day worried about winning the day, and then get them ready to go. There's a lot of season left, and if you just get better every day and you could compete. Now, Oregon might be a huge whatever, but if you could figure out little wins in that game, and then when you go that stretch of Washington, Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, just show up and get after it, and that will save everything.
I'd love to some of the upstart programs like in Indiana, I'd like to just go watch an inside drill, just be a fly on the wall. I want to know what kind of physicality is going on, because to me, that starts everything.
Well, you have to have an identity. That was going to be our identity. I knew when I took this job, I've said this a million times, I've been quoted a million times, I can find a lot of big palookas in this state. Not a lot of fast guys. I can get a Brett Moss every once in a while, and we can find a few others, and we can recruit a Terrell Fletcher occasionally and this and that and the other. But
that's back when you had to get a Michael Bennett and an Eric Gibson.
When they show up, you got to get them. Michael Bennett from in-state. This is a great story. I was recruiting. One of my coaches flew me down to St. Louis to recruit a receiver. And we're coming home, and he says, he's the second fastest guy in the country. I said, really? I don't think we're going to get him. He said, I don't think so either. I said, what the hell did you bring me down here for? But anyhow, I said, well, who is the fastest guy? I said, where's he from? He said, Milwaukee. I said, are you kidding me? You brought me all the way to St. Louis to see the second fastest guy, and the fastest guy's in Milwaukee.
That's great.
That's fantastic.
Turn around, get back to Milwaukee.
And
take me to Milwaukee.
Jonathan Taylor, similar story.
Yeah.
Similar story.
Yeah.
Nobody was really recruiting heavily football-wise. A big track guy. Mm-hmm. And, our guy, Joe Rudolph went out there.
Well, they got that win. They got wind from the Nike combine that he ran like a 4.40, and then they were going after.
He's the best back in the league.
The guy that was at Boston College, who was with the Packers.
A.J. Dillon?
Yeah, A.J. Dillon was the number one ranked running back, and then there was Jonathan Taylor, and then everybody was after A.J. And then I think it was Mickey Turner.
Mickey Turner.
He went back to Jersey or wherever he's from, and got after him because everybody was going after A.J.
We did all right in Jersey. We did okay.
That was Bernie Wyatt. Bernie Wyatt.
Got a Heisman out of it.
Yeah,
Bernie Wyatt.
Ronnie.
Won he I don't want to say he owned the East Coast, but he and I coached together at Iowa. And a lot of good players, Ronnie Harmon, et cetera, at Iowa. And I was able to bring him, hire him here when actually, it's really a good story. When I took the job, Dan McCarney had agreed to come with me. And he said, come on, Bern, ride up with me for Barry's press conference. So we were all friends. And so Bernie just rides up for the press conference. And as I'm finishing the press conference, I see Mac over there. I said, let me introduce my first two coaches on the staff, Dan McCarney and Bernie Wyatt. I bring him out. Bernie hadn't even told his wife he was coming to Madison. I hadn't even talked. I hadn't talked to him about coming. He had not agreed. I introduced him as the first two coaches.
Well, I'll tell you this. To recruit in Jersey, it's got to be a little easy because everybody wants to get out of Jersey, having lived there. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, but everyone is there.
Oh, yeah. And that's populated.
The further you are, the harder it is.
Uh-huh.
So that all plays in. You're right. You are right, Derek.
Yeah.
Those kids all want to leave.
Well, I mean, it's something
but
different.
you have Pittsburgh, you have Rutgers, you have Penn
Even
State.
a cake eater from Connecticut you got out of there.
Well, yeah, he wanted to leave. he wanted to get away from his parents. He wanted to be on his own.
Yeah. So,
we can even
these stories are amazing.
We can even get a cake.
Unfortunately,
are you kidding me? That's an understatement of the world.
Get a cake eater every once in a while.
Soft as church music.
These stories are incredible.
So you pour water on me.
We're going to talk to one of the legendary running backs.
Get away from my pizza.
Terrell Fletcher scheduled
This
to appear
Sally's
coming up
is
about 15
Modern.
minutes from right now. So want to get to a couple of the things that the fans are addressing for us here. So we'll do that coming up in our next segment before we get to Terrell coming up here because we have a second hour to go on the show. Special 2-hour edition of the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Wisconsin Live.
Yeah, hot in the second hour.
Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Don't go anywhere. Our second hour starts in just a couple of minutes.
You're listening to the Barry Alvarez Show on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right, you want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
Start your career where the road to success is paved in coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. We're now hiring crew members and hourly shift leaders at our locally owned locations. Dunkin' offers flexible schedules, employee discounts, health and dental benefits, and paid time off. Plus, bolster your resume with our own leadership training program and even scholarship opportunities. Up to $1,500 per semester. Text Team Spirit to 85000 or visit teamtmart.com/careers to apply. Dunkin', America runs on you.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Starion Bank redefines local banking in Madison. As a community bank with a commitment to Dane County, experience a banking relationship where your goals are our priority. Enjoy competitive deposit and loan rates and a partnership that thrives on local engagement and support. Starion Bank is more than a full-service financial institution. It's a community pillar dedicated to your prosperity. Visit one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, offering banking, lending, mortgage, and cash management.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
ESPN Madison is your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Underneath it, bump set, left side, powers it down. What a rally, and Wisconsin comes out on top.
From early season showdowns to a run for the national title, hear every match this season on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Blocked by Bucky.
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball on ESPN Madison is presented by Steinhoffels and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also brought to you by Gordon Flesh Company and Goodman's Jewelers.
Audi Madison is where performance meets precision. Take advantage of the 3.99% APR for 72 months, plus $6,000 customer bonus when you purchase a 2025 Audi A6 sedan 5.5 TFSI Quattro. No down payment to qualified credit, must finance through Wells Fargo. Customer bonus is only available until November 3rd. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Ready for the snap, and a timeout taken. The team looks a little bit lost. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, the winning play is simple. A whole house of new windows as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no interest. A championship move from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
No doubt, Wayne. And unlike the opponent's defense, Pella Windows actually stopped the drafts.
The draft picks we gave up for number one had to be the steal of the century.
True, but I'm talking about replacing old drafty windows.
Roger that. With energy-efficient windows that keep the cold out, you'll stay as toasty as a fan at a warm weather preseason game.
Pay as low as $297 a month for a whole house of new Pella windows.
Plus, with 0% interest for up to 60 months, don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today.
Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. 10/31/2025. Hey Madison, it's Rich Eisen. Join me for the Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
They better get season tickets right now because before long, they probably won't be able to.
It's all about the Badgers.
Don't flinch. The greatest coach in Wisconsin history is on the air.
It's over. The Wisconsin Badgers win 17-9. They are the first Big Ten team ever to win successive Rose Bowl games.
This is the Barry Alvarez Show.
Touchdown, Wisconsin.
On 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What are your emotions right now? Just like the old days.
Alongside Rose Bowl champions Derek Engler and Tarek Saleh, here's Jesse Nelson.
The special second hour of the Barry Alvarez Show, live from the Hard Rock Casino Rockford. We are live on stage in the Hard Rock Cafe with a bunch of fans.
Wet wipes.
And the food is out. You guys are enjoying it tremendously. They got the flatbread pizza, the nachos. This place has everything, plus all the dining options that are scattered all about. They got the Council Oak Steakhouse, Tausch's favorite, the UU Noodle Bar, which he wanted me to ask Coach.
What? Wow.
He wanted me to ask Coach, could you please say to everyone, please go boo in a UU Noodle Bar?
You want me to say a tongue tie?
Famous quote from a couple of weeks ago on the show. So.
That's pretty funny.
Hard Rock Casino Rockford, again, just a short drive from Madison, less than an hour from most places in the greater Madison area. Come on down here, just like we did on a beautiful Monday night here. You can make the same drive down and experience this amazing casino. Slot machines, the tables,
big
everything
screens.
is fantastic. Yes, big screens
Watching
with the
the
Monday
football
Night
game.
Football game on right in front of us here in the Hard Rock Cafe. This is absolutely fantastic. Come on down if you haven't experienced it yet.
Lions are
Just
taking
off
care of
I-90.
them right now.
They are 14-0
Buccaneers
as we
are beat
approach
up,
halftime.
man.
Yeah, well, the Lions were a little beat up too going into this game. I'm surprised they're shutting them out at the point that they are.
That's my guy.
So Terrell Fletcher is going to join us coming up here in just a couple of minutes. One thing I did want to address here, and for all three of you guys, but Coach especially for you. So I'm looking at our ESPN Madison YouTube comments as we go about the show today, and we're having some fun. We're telling
super. We love comments.
I know everyone does, right? We're telling stories of some of the fun times, especially with the Rose Bowl reunion having taken place this week, celebrating the teams from the 90s that won the Rose Bowl 3 different times. We are having some laughs as we're up on stage here. Tarek thinks he's a comedian or a politician or whatever he's doing up here as we get set in front of all the fans here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Keep running your mouth.
You're pushing the wrong buttons,
Keep
Jess.
running your mouth.
But there's a contingency of fans.
I love you, Jesse.
I love you too, Tarek. There's
only so much, though. Okay,
understood. There's a contingency of fans that I think only will be happy if we stand up here and pound on the table saying we demand change. Everyone needs to go. Scrap the program. Start it all over. Yeah, but people are mad. People are upset about what they're seeing every Saturday when they're turning on a college football Saturday and turning on the Wisconsin Badgers. Coach, what do you say to the fans who are just angry and don't know what else to do right now and are just upset and they want to see change of some kind, but they don't even know exactly what they're campaigning for?
Well, I'd say support the people that we have right now. Support your players, because nothing's going to happen right now. This is early in the season. Let our guys develop. Let's see what's happens. But support the team that you have. Support your coaches right now, because that's all you can do. It doesn't do anyone any good to be out there beating the bush to get somebody fired or change this, change that, because it's not going to happen. We're going to finish this season regardless of what. So let's just support the players that we have, and then go from there. Then see where we are at the end of the year, evaluate, and move forward.
Derek, Tarek, anything to add?
Can't say it any better. I mean, we're in it, so we got to grind, and we got to figure out a way to encourage them to get better, and there's a lot of football to play.
Well, I would support any change that's being voiced from within the program, or any type of leadership from Coach Fickell, his staff, that's saying this is unacceptable, because obviously it is. We are at the bottom of the Big Ten, 18 teams, and that's not what we know. And I would be out in front if I'm Luke Fickell and saying this is not how this is going down. And I would be adamant about that, and that's what we're going to see.
It sure is. So we'll continue to see how the season continues to play out. Wisconsin, Oregon, the next game here in Eugene, coming up on Saturday evening, 6 o'clock kickoff. We'll look a little bit ahead to that coming up. I don't know if there's going to be a lot more optimism than there has been the last couple of weeks, but we will talk about it coming up. But coming up next, we are going to talk a little bit about the festivities that took place.
What's crazy is last year we were in a dogfight with Oregon.
We were we were winning by 2 scores in the fourth quarter last year.
So, and again, so the impetus is on the head coach, obviously, to be able to rally his troops and maybe even kind of look back at, like, a lot of those players were on that team against Oregon. So whatever he's got to do, that's on him. Like Coach said, that is the head coach's responsibility to rally his troops. Like, that's what we know.
Your team has to go in. I know. I would guess. I don't know what the line would be.
Well, we got a sports book right over here. I can go check for you if you
don't
want
need
me
to.
Okay, that's
I would know we're a huge underdog.
Yes,
which is fine. I'd use that as motivation, and you have to challenge your players. And Derek, you said it right. Take a look at last year. How many guys do we have back? I mean, there's no reason why you can't go out there and win, and that's what you have to convince your team that they can do. That's a coach's job. So we'll see. But,
I mean, Tarek, you remember when we were 19, 20 years old? I mean, it didn't take a lot to, twist our minds around and believe in something.
Playing in one of the best venues in the country, Autzen Stadium.
It doesn't take a lot.
We were
already ready to run through walls.
Right. Us against the world.
You get us to believe in something, then we're definitely doing
us against the world. You're going in there and you're going to shock the world. on Saturday. We did.
Yep.
We beat
we beat
a lot of teams that we were supposed to beat.
Yep.
And you just got to go do it. And they have a chance, right? So just freaking go get it. And listen, everybody has a right to say what they want to say, right? Would we rather be constructive? Yeah, because everybody could just tell everybody, fire everybody.
I don't know. I think we've been pretty constructive.
I know. That's what we're doing. But I'm just saying people ask, why are we so –
you're talking about online and all the
whoever,
comments
the critics.
That's the easy thing to do. If you've never played, if you've never coached,
you don't know anything.
The first thing you do, things go south a little bit, fire everybody. Then what the hell are you going to do? You're going to bring some knuckleheads in here that don't know anything about anything, and you start all over again. Then you're worse than where you started. So you hire people, and you believe in them, you stick with them, and support them until the time comes, if that comes, that you know that they can't get the job.
And Coach, you stuck with a lot of guys and gals over the years that persevered through a lot of adversity. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about the Rose Bowl teams and about the state of the current program. Terrell Fletcher is scheduled to appear.
All right.
So the reunion weekend continues.
We need an upbeat. We need something upbeat.
Rose Bowl champion Terrell Fletcher, the former running back, scheduled to appear coming up next. A reminder, if you're looking for the tastiest hard seltzer out there, it's got to be Neutral Vodka Seltzer, made with real vodka, real juice, none of that fake flavor stuff, and it's smooth, refreshing, just plain good. You've got flavors like pineapple, watermelon, orange, and lime, so whatever your vibe, there's a Neutral for you. Perfect for tailgates, hanging out with friends, watching the game. Keep it tasty with Neutral Vodka Seltzer. It's good with nachos, too. Keep it in tasty and enjoy responsibly. 2025 Anheuser-Busch Neutral Flavored Vodka and carbonation, 4.5% alcohol by volume, St. Louis, Missouri. Terrell Fletcher scheduled to appear next on the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Madison.
Don't touch that cocktail.
I'd love to coach a game like that.
Oh, man.
They may not see a pass in the second half. I'd run that clock. That game would be over. We'd be home having cocktails at 3:30.
Coach will be back after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Bud Light's impactful initiative with Folds of Honor. This fall, Bud Light and Folds of Honor need your help to highlight the stories of those who gave their all in service of our country. If you know the family of a fallen or wounded veteran or first responder, then submit their story to be recognized by Kyle Brust and Nortman. Now through the week of Veterans Day, November 11th, submit the story of a service member for their family's chance to be featured on the air along with a Milwaukee basketball weekend experience. Text HONOR to 844-770-3776 and honor the families of those who've kept our family safe.
From the baseball playoffs to regular season football, Prize Picks is the best way to win cash watching our favorite teams. Which players are going off? Which ones are overhyped? Well, make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Prize Picks now offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Join millions of users. Sign up for America's #1 fantasy sports app. Download the Prize Picks app today and use that code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Pizza Hut. Want your own Free Food Friday from the Hut? Tune into Wilde and Tausch this Friday from 9 a.m. to noon for a chance to win 2 free large pizzas and 2 free orders of wings at select Pizza Hut locations. Perfect for a speedy lunch, a relaxing dinner, or anytime you're on the go. Head to pizzahut.com. That's pizzahut.com or the select Pizza Hut locations to enjoy your own Free Food Friday. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Bike crash? Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Staying on Wisconsin sports never stops with the Jump Around podcast.
If you're going to this Iowa game and you're falling and then you lose to Minnesota and then you drop the Nebraska games too, that's just a huge gut punch more so, because then you have really nothing to show for it. You have nothing to look at. You have nothing to feel proud about, honestly, if you ask me.
The Jump Around podcast with Jim Rutledge and Pablo Iglesias. Outfitted by Iron Jock Apparel. Streaming live every Thursday at 12:30 on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. We're on the Packers.
Matt LaFleur deserves a lot of credit for what he did in the game.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
To use a timeout, he made the right decision because he ended up winning the game.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
The Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Wisconsin, live from Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Outstanding place here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. We thank them so much for hosting us here for the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Wisconsin. Jesse Nelson, Rose Bowl champions, Tarek, Saleh, Tarek, Engler, the legendary head coach and director of athletics, Barry Alvarez. And now we go 5 wide on the show as we bring in a 5th member of the show. It is the former
All-Star
Wisconsin Badgers running back. You know him also as a Rose Bowl champion. Now we've got 3 Rose Bowl champions on all at the same time. Part of the festivities this weekend for the reunion, not just for the 93 team, but also for the teams later that decade that won as well. Terrell Fletcher joins us on the Barry Alvarez Show. What's up, Terrell? How you doing?
I'm great, man. How's everybody doing? Hey, Coach.
Yeah, Fletch.
Hey, Coach, thanks for having me on the show, but I'm going to tell you, Tarek duped me, man. He promised me tacos, a steak. He told me that if I came on the show, he didn't tell me he's going to wait till I came back home before he called me.
He didn't tell you had to drive here to get it?
What a weasel.
I'm sorry, Fletch. I owe you.
So
I'm going to tell you a story.
Let's hear it, Coach. This is all you.
I'm recruiting Fletch, and we're in his house. Last visit, Kevin Cosgrove has worked so hard on Terrell, and I think it's us in Ohio State, right, Fletch?
Yep,
us in Ohio State. And he's we've made a lot of ground up. And as we leave, his dad, Hosea, who's a great guy, he looks at me and he said, "Coach, I'll tell you right now, if Terrell decides to come to Wisconsin, you're going to win a lot of games." And I stopped dead in my tracks, and I turned around and said, "Hosea, I'm going to tell you this. Whether he comes or not, we're going to win a lot of games." And we go outside, and Kevin Cosgrove said, "Coach, you just screwed up 2 years of recruiting. I worked my fanny off on this family, and you just blew it." I said, "I don't think so, Cos." Remember that, Fletcher?
Behind the doors, my dad said, "That's my kind of guy." That's what he said.
Oh, that's fantastic. That is fantastic.
I love that. That is such a good story. So, Fletch, when you first came to Wisconsin, this was your freshman year was 1991, right? So that was really when this whole thing was just getting started. It was just getting going for Coach and eventually for Tarek and Tarek rolling in here. So what was it at the time that sold you on coming to Wisconsin when it hadn't been yet the established program that Coach eventually built it into being over the next decade?
Man, you know what? You're 100% right. For me, it was a couple of different things. One, it was Coach Cosgrove, all right? Aggressive recruiter, but super likable. Actually, I just had breakfast with Cos before I headed back home from this past weekend. I hung out with him and Shelly for a little bit. And just the fact that he loved the kids, you could tell that if we went there, we were going to be taken care of, you know, in a fatherly, mentoring type of way, that we would be in good hands. And I think every parent feels good about sending their kid off to that environment. That was number one. Secondly, when I got to campus, I was so surprised. We would have never thought that UW was what it was. It was like a hidden gem back in the 90s. The record wasn't great, and they were kind of at the basement of everything. And all of a sudden, they're competitive. These coaches come in. We were big Midwest fans, so we knew who Coach Alvarez was because of being the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame and how they talked about him revamping the defense at halftime in the championship game and the whole shebang. So, when we got to campus, after being recruited, we fell in love with the campus. And then it ultimately kind of came down to who was going to get me ready if the next level came. Where would I get the opportunity? Ohio State had a stable of backs at the time. Wisconsin had great coaches and opportunity. And we took the opportunity, man. I looked at the campus. I said, I think it's a great opportunity. I'll have great mentors, coaches, people that know how to get us to the next level there. And who would have known? Who would have known that it would have turned into what it turned into?
Hey, Fletch, I was talking to Coach about you and Brent were in my opinion, the two greatest combo running backs in the history of Wisconsin football. Share a little bit about the 93 season, 94 Rose Bowl, how you guys complemented each other so well.
Yeah, let me tell you something about our coach, our running back coach. It took me and Brent till 2010 to like each other, right? We were such competitors. And we obviously wanted to win, but we also wanted to be the first guy out there each play. And it was so close. We just, it was just always competition, but it was that competition that made us better. And one thing we never did, even though our personalities couldn't have been more different, one of the things that we never did is we would never sabotage each other's success. So if he saw something, he'd come and tell me, hey, this is what this guy's doing. Make sure you do that. Vice versa. If we saw it on film, hey, drop your shoulder, this could happen. We always help one another out, but our competition was fierce. Coach would tell you, we would get at it at practice, trying to show each other up. And Jason Burns too, to be honest with you. Yeah, so we had a strong running back room, and me and Britt tried to push each other, but he was that guy that kept the chains going. I was the guy that made the crowd jump up and down with the long runs, but he was that guy that really helped identify with our offensive line.
Give me one.
That we became.
Give me one. Get me one. Fletch, I loved it. You going down the sideline. But you just said something. As a redshirt freshman, I didn't know anything, but I observed always on the sideline. And I saw that competition with you and Brent. I mean, it was intense, and I knew you guys would be over there. I knew, but at the same time, I also see you guys down on the bench. If you got a different look, that you guys were talking and communicating with each other. I mean, that's special. That is really special to be that competitive within your own position, and you have the same mission and the same goal.
But part of that was the coaching. We did have a bigger goal. We knew that at the end of the day, it didn't matter if one of us ran for 300 yards if we lost. So we had a bigger goal. I think we knew that we had a momentum that was behind us, and we were starting to get something going. And I'll be honest with you, it was probably toward the end of my sophomore year when we started to realize that, man, we really are on to something special here as a team. And I'll give you a prime example. It was that Ohio State game. I think we lost 27-10, but that was the game where we looked up and said, you know what? We just as good as anybody in the Big Ten. And we lost, but they've got like 12 NFL players that are going to the NFL. And we were in their stuff all game. They were ranked high. We were in their stuff the whole game. And it was one of those games right around maybe the 5th or 6th year of my sophomore year where we realized, like, hey, yeah, we're going to be all right. We just got to stay the course.
Joined by Terrell Fletcher, former Wisconsin Badgers running back, Rose Bowl champion here on the Barry Alvarez Show. Jesse Nelson, Derek Engler, Tarek Saleh, and the coach Barry Alvarez. So, Fletch, let's now take some of what we're talking about here about the teams that you were part of and transfer that to what we're seeing for the modern-day team, because there are, I think, some small similarities we can talk about trying to build the program in the new era, and the Luke Fickell era has not taken off the way that many fans would hope that it has to this point. What do you see when you're watching this current team that gives you either hope or that stands out most to you relative to what your experience was playing and kind of starting something brand new here at Wisconsin?
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, I don't see a whole lot of parallels. I'm just going to be my perspective. I don't see a lot of parallels. This was not or is not a bottom barrel squad. We were 2 consecutive years of 1-10, 1-10. Coach came in. I still think his first year was they won 1 or 2 wins. This was a restructuring in '94. It was a restructuring not of a team, but of a program. How will we recruit? What's going to be our identity? What kind of kids are we going to go after and try to bring in? What kind of ethos are we going to develop around the whole athletic facility? And that team carried the burden of knowing that it wasn't just us that needed a turnaround. Like, the only people winning in Wisconsin at that time was like the hockey team, right? And
that's right. Exactly.
Right? So we kind of took on that if we won, then there would be a greater commitment to everything else that was in the Badger world could win as well. So from that perspective, it was lunch pail, hard hat every day. Lunch pail, hard hat every day, because we weren't trying to carry on a standard, we were setting it. And that's the difference, in my opinion, between this current team and our team. We had to set a standard. So with that being said, I see both pain and promise in this squad. Obviously, we're not going to sugarcoat it. We are all adult men. We don't have a great product out on the football field right now. We got high character guys. We have some super tough guys. We got some guys that's going to go out there and give it all they have. We got coaches that care about their players. It's not coming together. And that is an unfortunate thing. And our hope is that it does come together. Our hope is that leaders emerge, coaches coach hard and continue to do what they do. Get a few breaks here and there, because it's going to take some of those as well in our way, and get this thing back on track. But it is what it is. Now, on the positive side of it, I think we did make some strides this past weekend. I think that this is something to build on. The way that we competed and the way that we played for 4 quarters of football, the fact that we didn't turn the ball over, I think we do have something to build off of. And in Ohio State, they might have took their foot off the gas pedal a little bit there, but it was one of those things that for our squad to be able to go out, get some good work in, and start to relay that foundation that feels like it's slipping away a little bit. We've got a little bit of ways to go, but I'm confident that with the right undergirding, it can turn around. It can turn around, because I don't want us to be in a space where we are not just having a bad season, but the program might be slipping away. So I am fully confident that we can prohibit that from happening. But it's going to take everybody. It's going to take the alumni base. It's going to take the fan base. It's going to obviously take those players out on the football field. It will take bold decisions in our front offices and in our coaches' offices in order to get those kind of things done. Are we capable of doing it? It's the Badger way. Of course we are.
See, Jesse, when you got leaders and captains like Terrell Fletcher in your locker room like that, who's not buying in?
He sold me the entire program here in a matter of 2 minutes.
Who's not buying in?
Thank you, Reverend.
Terrell Fletcher joining us here on the Barry
fantastic.
Alvarez Show. In all seriousness, Coach, I see you're beaming, you're nodding your head as Fletch is rolling
guy.
there. Yeah?
You know what? These are my guys, and he's speaking from his heart. You know, he had options. He had a chance to go to a lot of schools, and we're just starting to turn our program around. And he bet on us. He bet that coming here was the right place when we hadn't done anything yet. But he left St. Louis to come here instead of Ohio State. He could have gone any place. Ohio State was the last school that we were battling with, and he made that decision to come here, and it ended up being the right decision for him and for all of us. But you can see why. He's a special person, and I appreciate him. I love it.
Terrell, I always
Hey,
appreciate
no, we love you, Coach, man. Let me tell you, hey, Tarek, I've told you this before, but I want to tell the nation while they're living that Barry Alvarez is one of the greatest leaders of men I've ever been around in my life. But him and Marty Schottenheimer, I say they are the greatest leaders of men I've ever been around in my entire life. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on the show. I tell him, Coach, I would call Coach when I was pastoring the church. Now, I retired and, kind of got back into the sports world a little bit. When I retired from pastor, I used to call him for leadership of how to deal with things that were in the nonprofit faith space. It's like, Coach, this is what's going on with my staff. Tell me what. And I still use some of the things that I learned from Coach in everything that I do, particularly when I have to lead. What's important now? When? What's important now?
You are absolutely right. Don't flinch.
Don't flinch.
Terrell,
use it.
you know
Just use it last night. Just use it last night.
We talked about this all weekend with all our alumni brothers. All weekend. Me personally, at Tarek, everybody we came across that was on that team that was fortunate enough to be coached by this man, and more way beyond football, as we know. It prepared us for life.
Absolutely. And I hope our staff is leaning into that wisdom. I hope they're leaning into the fact that we've got, at least in our state, we got a national treasure for us in the Madison football ethos. But just the time-tested leadership acumen works in every area. In every era, rather. Let me just put it like that. The time-tested leadership acumen works in every era, and I hope we can lean on that, particularly in some of the tougher times. That for most of our Badger fans, if you're like 25, 26, 27, 30 years old, you've never seen the Badgers lose. That's right. So think about that. If you're 31 years old, Coach, they were born in a Rose Bowl era, and they have never seen what some of what they're experiencing now. So I get why it's restlessness.
Some of our fans
in the atmosphere.
Hard time. I just told them exactly what you said, Fletch. Exactly. Some of these.
I said it a lot nicer than you said it, though. I just want you to know that.
30.
Hey, Fletch, I'm 33, and I fit exactly the criteria you're talking about here right now.
You don't know anything about winning, except winning.
You look 53.
Well, thanks, Tarek. I appreciate that. Very kind of you.
When we got here, it wasn't about winning.
Right? No, it wasn't about winning when you started, Coach, but there is something unique and special about a mentality that builds as opposed to a mentality that sustains. They each bring their own challenges, so one is not better or worse. It's just I've learned this. Like my dad and my mom, they're my heroes, and Coach knows that. And my parents built kind of the legacy of education, the legacy of hard work, and all those things that we kind of took for granted. We take those for granted right now because our job is to sustain what they had to lay as a foundation. And both of them are different, but there's a lot to be learned from that foundation building generation. Okay. And that's why I say, man, I sure hope we're leaning on you in these kind of rough times, because what you have to give, I think would benefit and will go far in the locker room, in the boardrooms. To us as alumni, that's afar rooting for Mac and rooting for Fick to get this thing turned around. I'd love to hear from you more, to be honest with you.
Terrell Fletcher joining us on the Barry Alvarez Show. An inspirational segment, I'd say, here, to say the least.
Reverend Fletcher.
That's the preacher.
So, Fletch, before you go, and Tarek, Derek, feel free to chime in on this as well. What was the highlight of the Rose Bowl reunion weekend as everybody gathered here in Madison and enjoyed their time all reconnecting with one another?
Terrell, you go first.
I can go first. I think obviously it's the fellas, man. You know, when the game is over and you can't run a 4-3 anymore, and the next person and the next person that you hit at full speed is going to call the police at you. I think it's the relationships and the friendships that you will carry with you the rest of your life. So seeing the guys and hugging on them and laughing at them and, just pulling those memories out, that was priceless for me. That was absolutely priceless. And that goes to Babe and Tarek and all you guys. I mean, just seeing you guys there, that was hands down the best time for me.
It is that, Terrell is, seeing a lot of guys that I hadn't seen in 30 years. We sat down like we just had lunch the other day, and that's what I felt like, and sharing those stories and those memories, and we all went through the same thing. That is really special, and it was just a great weekend. Obviously we don't like where our program's at, and despite the outcome, but knowing the foundations there is pretty special because it won't take much to get it back.
No, it was awesome to get together with the guys, and it's all about the guys and the coaches and the camaraderie. And Terrell, I always appreciated your leadership when we were not only when we were playing, but afterwards when we played in the NFL. Whether I was playing in the game, get to see you afterwards was always awesome. And then, or even I went to a game where I wasn't even playing, and I got to. I like the guy.
Did you get your autograph, Fletch?
I was getting I'm like, you came over. Gave me a hug. I mean, you never forget. You never forget. Doesn't forget. Derek, he forgets about me.
Remember me?
Face rub.
I get a high five.
Hey, Tarek, let me tell you a quick story, Tarek, about that was something. You know who I got that from? Troy Vincent. When I got to the NFL and I was a rookie, we played the Philadelphia Eagles. They had an amazing team. We were just coming from the Super Bowl, so we had a pretty good team too. And man, Troy sought me out just to tell me, welcome to the NFL. I'm proud of you, happy for you. And I tried to do that with all you guys. So when I would see a guy, I'd be like, man, my man Tarek is over there. We'll try to catch him before the game or catch him after. Just to say, we're a part of a unique brotherhood and that I'm proud of you. So I meant that then. I still mean it today.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Oh, that happened. That happened every Sunday. I'd search out a Badger brother. And you know that, T. I mean,
I wish we had more pictures. That's the one thing. They have pictures all over the place today. We didn't take pictures, or not enough.
No way.
Just the Polaroids, or
whatever. Just a picture of us, so we could actually prove that we played.
So that's why you were taking a selfie.
Terrell, they believe you.
Earlier.
Remember those
Derek
cameras
and I?
You have to,
they want to see proof that we played in the NFL. They don't believe us. It's true.
Tarek's bringing up these old brown pictures. No one can make anything out. That's me.
I swear. I played fullback. I'm serious.
Fletch, this was absolutely fantastic. Thanks so much
Terrell.
for joining us here. This was fantastic.
Absolutely, guys. Hey, man, we love the show. We appreciate it. You guys have a great, great evening. And Tarek, you owe me a meal.
I got you. Yeah. I got you. You're in Texas, right? I'm coming.
He's got alligator arms.
I'm coming with Derek's credit
alligator
card.
arms.
Where are you in Texas, Fletch?
Dallas.
You know what? I'll come down and see Jake play. When I come down there, I need to get
Absolutely.
Pardon?
Absolutely. You can stay with us.
We'll
Come
get
on
together
down.
when I come down and watch him play.
Okay, absolutely.
There we go. How awesome is that?
Are we invited?
I don't think you are. I think that was pretty clear.
Tarek, I got to deliver food, so I'm definitely going. I'm definitely going, T.
There's a couple good steak places down there, Tarek. Get your credit card ready.
Let's go.
Terrell Fletcher, former Wisconsin Badgers running back and Rose Bowl champion, joining us here on the Barry Alvarez Show. Thanks again to Terrell Fletcher for his time.
Thank you, Terrell.
And insight joining us here this evening.
Tarek, Coach.
See you soon.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody.
We'll be back to wrap things up from Hard Rock Casino Rockford after this. It's the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Wisconsin.
The Barry Alvarez Show continues after this on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Penalty flags? Not here. Carbless is the clean play that every football fan can agree on. With 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and just 100 calories, you get all the flavor without the penalty. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, hosting a crew at home, or watching solo in your lucky jersey, Carbless brings premium cocktails right into the huddle. Made to be refreshingly delicious and game day ready, Carbless keeps fans cheering from kickoff to the final whistle. So this season, skip the sugar, skip the carbs, and make the winning call. Find your bliss with Carbless.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
It's football season in Wisconsin and the energy is electric. Get ready to fuel up the hype with Monster Energy. With bold flavors and that legendary kick, Monster gives you the power to go all 4 quarters. Whether you're tailgating before the big game, watching with friends at home, or catching every play at your favorite spot. Because game day isn't just about football. It's about bringing the energy wherever you are. Stop by your local Piggly Wiggly to pick up a Monster Energy drink today. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast.
The savings are scary good at Metro Kia of Madison this month. Get behind the wheel of a 2026 Kia Sportage for just 1.9% APR for 48 months. Only $21.47 per month per $1,000 finance. Or go electric in the 2025 Kia EV6 with a shocking 0% APR for 72 months. Just $38.89 per thousand finance. But hurry, these frightfully good offers disappear after November 3rd. Visit MetroKiaofMadison.com today.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Bud Light's impactful initiative with Folds of Honor. This fall, Bud Light and Folds of Honor need your help to highlight the stories of those who gave their all in service of our country. If you know the family of a fallen or wounded veteran or first responder, then submit their story to be recognized by Kyle Brust and Nortman. Now through the week of Veterans Day, November 11th, submit the story of a service member for their family's chance to be featured on the air along with a Milwaukee basketball weekend experience. Text HONOR to 844-770-3776 and honor the families of those who've kept our family safe.
Want to move better, play faster, and compete at a higher level? Train where Wisconsin's top athletes go. Total Athlete Performance. From middle school phenoms to the pros, TAP is Madison's #1 destination for speed, power, and athleticism. Their proven systems, expert coaches, and cutting-edge equipment help you dominate your sport. Can't make it in? Train anywhere with the TAP mobile app. Spots are filling fast, so don't wait. Visit tapwisconsin.com to schedule your free athletic assessment today.
Is your computer so slow you can hardly use it? Does it have blue screens, malware, viruses, reboots, hardware crashes? Sound familiar? Computers will have problems, and when they do, you need the computer experts at Madison Computer Works. Every day we help home users and businesses keep their computers and networks running smoothly. For solutions to your computer problems, call the pros at 231-8000, and we'll turn this into this. Madison Computer Works. Computers that work for you.
Hey Madison, it's Rich Eisen, and now you can hear The Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Radio in the second best college town in the world. Sorry, Badgers fans. I mean, I am a Michigan man. The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN.
I got some good friends that live down the street. Got a good-looking woman with her arms around me. Live in a small town where it feels like home. I got everything I need and nothing that I don't. Oh no, oh no.
Why'd you have the pizza? The flatbread pizza's fantastic. The nachos fantastic. Everything's fantastic.
I thought you were trying to reach for the
Hard
nachos.
Rock Casino Rockford.
Pizza's right by you.
I'm good. This absolutely wonderful hospitality here from Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Thanks to all the fans who have been out here with us tonight, enjoying the slots and the table games and the Monday Night Football and us up here on the stage at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
I think we should go.
Yeah, Coach. What do you think?
Shoot one time to hit the dice table.
You got to get in and out
before we leave.
Well, then we'll see where it's at.
So you play craps?
I am. So here's what my thing is with craps. I'm not confident enough yet to play at the table with them.
I've
done a little like individual.
Coach will coach you
Here's
up.
what we'll do.
Oh boy,
we'll parlay a little money. I'll run the money. And I'll show you what we're doing.
And I'll stand there and
I'll explain the game. I'll explain the game to you. Yeah. So the next time you come here, you can stand up there and know what's going on.
Well, I mean,
how about that?
He does a good job.
In one way, I'm terrified. In another way, it's a dream come true. I'm not sure which one I feel more of.
You're not going to lose $1 million.
Thanks again to Terrell Fletcher for joining us. Thanks to everyone who's been part of the show here at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. This has been an absolutely incredible evening, and we look forward. I think we have one more coming up here before season's end that we'll be back down here at Hard Rock. One more, and we'll be back. Of course.
Beautiful.
So we'll can't wait to have that experience once again for you here on a Monday evening for the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Wisconsin. Okay, so final thoughts before we go, guys, because the state of the program we had. Here's a question that we haven't touched on yet. There's been this report today, yesterday, Saturday, this thing about the NFL scouts at practice. Like, this has been, like, up and down. I'm not even sure where it stands at anymore. ESPN's Kayleen Kaler was saying that there are no NFL scouts that have been allowed at Wisconsin football practices.
I think someone spoke up today and said that's not true.
Yeah, Coach Fickell denied it the other day and said that was ridiculous.
I think Coach denied that.
But then there's other reports today that are saying they reached out to scouts and they said, no, it's 100% true. He's not, like, I don't know what to make of any of this.
Well, other than Christian Allegro, I'm not sure who we're scouting.
Well said.
There's no need to have an NFL scout at practice.
I'm just saying.
So, yeah.
I mean, other than I love my guy Joe Brunner, but I mean, this is a tough deal. I mean,
that's business.
Yeah,
that's business.
I don't see a lot of guys playing on Sundays the way they're performing.
There are not a lot of scouts, teams paying for scouts to fly in here to scout anybody. Let's put it that way.
I guess that's all that needs to be said on that. I didn't have any idea what to make of that report.
Be so blunt,
it costs a lot of money to fly into Madison. We're out of the way. Come in. Normally you'd come in, scout 4 or 5, maybe 6 guys.
It's hard to believe it because what is the motivation behind that? There's no real benefit for not letting them in or
always coach 4, 5, 6 guys.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And I agree. Like, I don't understand what anyone would benefit from not letting them. I don't know what anyone would benefit. I just don't get it. So I was wondering if you guys had any insight to share. Maybe
I would
not.
doubt that's true.
So Wisconsin has opened as a 33.5-point underdog.
Oh my,
that's a big number at Oregon.
Coach, you coach out there at Autzen?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What was it like?
It was like 2001.
Just like playing at Iowa.
Joey Harrington was the quarterback.
It'd be very similar to Iowa. Same type stadium.
In Colorado a little bit? Is it on top of you like that?
Just like Iowa.
Okay.
That's the way
that's very... Yeah.
Somebody told me, it'll be the loudest stadium you've ever been to. And I said, wait a minute. I'm looking, it's like 51,000. I said, are you kidding me? We played at Michigan, 105. We played at other places, but with big 105, are you kidding me? No, crowds. But as we were playing the game, I hear it's pretty loud. I'm looking around. There's nobody clapping. I don't see anybody yelling. They're piping sound, crowd noise out of the speakers.
At Oregon.
That's why it was loud. How about that?
You think they're still up to those kinds of tricks?
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. Just a bit of information.
Trying to get an edge.
Inside info.
Got some Nike money.
We'll see if that's the type of
Phil
edge that
Knight was
Wisconsin
paying for the bill for the sound noise.
We will see if that's the type of edge that Wisconsin could use to their advantage to try and turn things around after a couple of rough weeks here at Camp Randall Stadium, going on the road, taking on the Oregon Ducks on Saturday night. We will be back to talk about it on Monday night. We'll do our next show in the state of Wisconsin where we typically do things. But once again, thanks to the Hard Rock Casino Rockford for the amazing hospitality here this evening. Thanks to all the fans who have come out and been part of the show with us here tonight. And let's go roll some dice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to your craps dissertation over here.
We can't wait to see what happens. So we'll get to it. Thanks again for coming along with us tonight. For Barry Alvarez, Tarek, Saleh, Derek Engler, and our producer Riley Yap back in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison, my name's Jesse Nelson. Thanks so much for joining us for the Barry Alvarez Show from Hard Rock Casino Rockford on ESPN Wisconsin.
It's the best time of the year, and you know what that means for me. It's tailgating season. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County.